Hey, you guys. I hope everybody is well. I'm sure, if you've interacted with a narcissist, you've probably had more than one time and you felt like you guys were in two different places at one time when they recall something or recant something or their view of something. Yeah, because they are. Or, when they accuse you of being something that you're not. Oh, let me write something down real quick. Something else just came to me. So I'm basically making this video, you guys, to help people who are doing the shadow work. Maybe you're a psychology junkie or you're just trying to understand your situation better. Because, of course, I never advocate for you to go back towards a narcissist to get any type of closure or understanding of your situation, right? So I wrote down a lot of reasons here, and chances are, it's going to be could be all of these reasons mixed together. But I'm sure more than not, it'll be one of these reasons that I came with here. Why the narcissist doesn't see your value or really doesn't see you for who you are. First of all, you guys, spiritually, God could be hiding it from them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's for your protection, as a matter of fact. Our human ego wants to be acknowledged a lot of times, and we do want to be seen for who we are. And even if it's not so much ego driven, just for correctness, but yeah, God can literally, for your own protection, blind someone from seeing your fullest protection, because you don't want that person, like, they're already about to try to attack you. But if they understood everything that they could be getting access to, the attack could be even greater. So spiritually, that narcissist could be being blinded. I mean, they're blinded in many ways, but it could definitely be that God is hiding it from them for your own protection. All right. The next thing I have, you guys, is because they've put you in a box already based off of their opinions and biases, and they refuse to revisit it or adjust it. So basically, someone has prejudged you. And narcissists are good at that. They're very good at that. And of course, based off of opinions and biases. And before I even go further down on this list, too, just to lift you up a little bit in this process, because nobody likes to be accused of being something that they're not. And it doesn't feel comfortable, especially when you're of the light and someone keeps trying to make you seem like you're of the dark, or, in the left field with who you actually are as a person. It's actually very empowering when someone like a narcissist is doing this to you. It puts you in a very powerful position, and I've said it time and time again on this channel. If someone is underestimating you and they happen to be your enemy, they happen to be your frenemy, they happen to be your ops, or somebody, a naysayer, someone who's trying to take you down, you're actually in a stronger position at that point, because not only are they not seeing you clearly for all of your strengths, but it makes you even stronger at that point, because they don't see you coming while they think you don't see them coming. So if a narcissist isn't seeing your value or who you really are, it's actually to your benefit. All right. So don't let your ego get in the way and feel sad because a group of people or a narcissist or whatever is not seeing you for who you are. The people who need to see you for who you are in this lifetime will. And you don't want your ops and them to be targeting you that much more. And you shouldn't have anything to prove to them, because you shouldn't want to exist on their plane of existence energetically. Like, they're not even a match for you. You guys are in different worlds. So let them go back down to their own world. But nonetheless, don't take it to heart, if and when this is happening to you. So I just wanted to stick that in there for anyone that has struggled with that. So if you're feeling less than because someone else didn't see your value, that's something that you have to work on within yourself, because your value should be determined by your self-esteem, keyword self, your self-respect, keyword self, your self-awareness, keyword self, your self-confidence, keyword self. So, these things are determined by you and not your external environment. So if the whole world is against you, something I've been saying for years, you need to be strong enough within yourself to know who you are. When you get that type of strength, it doesn't matter if a narcissist doesn't see your value or not, or doesn't understand who you really are. Why would I expect a narcissist to do that anyway? It's a narcissist, right? It's a narcissist. I'm going to expect them to be a narcissist, and that doesn't come with anything of the light. All right, so let me go back to my list now. So we talked about God spiritually blinding their eyes for your own protection. Okay, and we also talked about them prematurely or prejudging you and putting you in a box based off of their opinions and biases, and their feelings, right? Not facts, feelings. So the next thing, you guys, I have is, because then they would have to see themselves in a more truthful manner. It's something about you that could make them feel inferior. It's something about you that could make them feel evil or bad. And they don't want to devalue themselves. So if they actually place a value onto you, when they've been coming against you and abusing you and doing all these things, would they have to connect the dots about themselves then? That they certainly wouldn't want to do that, right? So they would be vested then in not seeing your value and not giving you the credit for who you really are. Because psychologically, they don't want to go in the other direction. They're never trying to do the work anyway of building themselves up and facing their awareness or having the proper self-awareness to possibly get out of being a narcissist. All right. And it connects with my next thing, is them not wanting to feel guilt or shame. Like when a narcissist is being bad to you, when they're dishing out evilness your way, in their mind, they're justifying it because you're a bad person, or it's something that you did to provoke them, or it's some type of tit-tat situation. Well, if they wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't have tried to ruin their life. Like, first of all, who are you to try to ruin anybody's life? Go sit your ass down. They're good, that egotistic part of them of wanting to play God. Like, it's very, very humorous. Meanwhile, God is playing with getting their asses back. But they're so delusional, they can't even see it. But yeah, they don't want to feel the guilt and the shame of causing harm to an actual nice person. Like, man, I really just came into this nice person's life, and you're not perfect, but you're a good person, and did all of this stuff. So they don't want to feel the guilt and shame of that. So at that point, no, they're not going to want to see your value or see who you are. The next thing I have, you guys, is they aren't even focused on getting to know you. They're just focused on using you. Like, the focus was not really to see who you are and to see your whole value of anything. I'm focused on using you, not getting to know you. The next thing, they're focused on you being intimate with them, not them being intimate with you. So we're talking about a one-way relationship. So you being intimate with them and divulging all these things, it doesn't mean they're not trying to be intimate with you, which is being receptive of that information and storing it and savoring it and cherishing it and building a relationship with you off of it. Nope, we can go back to the previous thing. They're not focused on getting to know you. They're focused on using you. So the next thing on the list, you guys, they aren't really even listening to you. They're going through the motions. How many times have you repeat it yourself to a narcissist, or they're seemingly asking you the same questions like they have dementia, amnesia. It's not that. They're not really paying attention to you. And especially when you're telling them something very important. As a matter of fact, these are tests that you can have with people when you're getting to know them and just paying attention to how they listen to you and how, them asking you the same questions is stuff that they should be remembering. The next thing, you guys, they misvalue non-tangible things anyway. So, narcissists are a lot of times focused on the things they can hold in their hand. There's no value on, oh, this person has a good heart. They're not thinking of what's leading you to give them the supply that they want. They're just focused on getting the supply. They're not nurturing the parts of you that are actually enabling you to go ahead and give them that, so to speak. Not really. They're not really doing it. They're doing it in a shallow way if you really think about it. And that's how we end up casting our pearls before swine. They misvalue that type of stuff. Your friendship, they don't care about it. Not really. Are you doing what I tell you to do? You're doing it because you're giving them the friendship, but they're really just thinking of the end results. Did I get what I wanted from them, whether they're my friends or not? Do I have control, whether they're... So they're just thinking about, did I get my way? Not, why you're doing that. So they're misvaluing what you're actually offering at that point. The next thing, you guys, they're too self-centered. So someone that has this type of self-importance, they may not read the room as well if they think they are the room. And that's another thing that can actually make them very vulnerable for attacks. They're too focused on themselves. And they don't want the attention to be off of them. So if I'm praising you all the time and giving you your attaboys and valuing you, the attention is going from me to you at that point. And that's definitely not what they want to be happening. They need to be the centerpiece. They need to be the one being adorned, right? The next thing, you guys, these people are never satisfied anyway. So how can you even value something? You're always looking for something even more valuable. So there is always like the grass is greener. And this is how, hopefully you're not doing this, but people that are bending over backwards, or you could feel like you're giving somebody the world. And when I say the world, you're giving them everything you have to give. You're really giving your best effort. This person is never satisfied. The narcissist will always be that 80-20 person. Like, you could be giving them 80%, 90-10. Shoot, you could be giving them 90% of what they want. Like, they're looking for the 10%. It's a lot of greed energy there. Okay. The next thing, of course, they're too shallow, on first appearances. They're too much on the surface with anything, really. This is someone that's just stuck on status and image, like right now and today. They would poke at someone, oh, they're in medical school. They're not thinking like, oh, this is going to be a doctor. Like, what can they do for me right now? What are they today? And this is how they'll leave and then try to come back and jump on a bandwagon now that you're a surgeon making $1 million. You know what I mean? Like, they're now you got my attention. Not while I was in school. Now you have my attention. Another reason why a narcissist cannot see your value or see you for who you are is because they can mistake your value as their own. Like, these are energy vampires. They come and they suck energy out of people into them like a battery pack. And now they're charged up. And in their own delusions and illusions, you guys, they really could get confused and think that that's their energy. Yep. They don't connect like, well, since this person's been in my life, like, they've been loving on me so good. They've been so there for me. They done had my back in this way. I feel like $1 million. Like, this person has just been good for my life. That's not what they're going to think. They're just going to think they're going to take the energy from you and put it into themselves and feel like it's them. It's like a vanity, like looking into the mirror. I'm glowing. I'm feeling great. I'm fly. I'm this. I'm that. Off of the stuff you gave them, the energy you put into them. So they'll mistake that for them or as their own. So now all of a sudden they have your gifts. They're the ones with this and that because they're energy vampires and they're translating it into themselves. Because their ultimate goal is to build themselves up anyway. So then that would make sense that they would do stuff like that. Take your gifts, take your wisdom, take, whatever you have to offer and never really give you that credit for it and make it, you didn't do nothing for me. I was, they'll straight out lie about it. But they might actually believe their own lies too, honestly. Because they're trying to always psychologically protect themselves from who they really are and seeing themselves in a clear picture. All right. The next thing is narcissists see the world through their own lens and reality. So it's hard to see anything positive when you're looking for something negative. And then seeing something negative always makes you need to be on edge to strike out at people, to plot on people, to protect and guard yourself from people. So anything positive that you could be doing, they'll turn it into something ugly and nasty. So maybe you're a generous person. The narcissist will think, oh, they're just trying to set me up to owe them. Oh, I know what they're going to do. So I'm going to take from them and then I'm going to leave them and I'll show them. I'm not giving them nothing back. So whatever kindness or something pure-hearted you may be presenting to them, they'll turn it into something completely nasty and manipulative. Why? It's because that's how they think. So how can I really value you if all the things that are valuable about you, I'm turning it into something that it's not, or they're not going to see you for who you are because they're misreading your steps or thinking it's something that it's not, basically. And that's crazy, right? It's like they go around mind fucking other people, but their own paranoia and negative outlook of the world because they haven't done the healing within themselves, they end up mind fucking themselves too. And that's crazy. But yeah, they don't even think there's good people in the world. They think it's a dog eat dog world. So, or survival of the fittest, like every man for themselves. That's their mentality. So when they're seeing their lens of the world through like that, then you can forget about it, them seeing your value and whatnot. All right. So they're also not seeing your value or seeing you for who you are because they don't want to. This person has jealousy. They have envious, they might have some envy in them. They're hateful, prejudice. All this stuff could be going on inside of this narcissist's head. So it's like, I refuse to acknowledge it. It's just a straight, flat out refusal there. So this next one is pretty messed up. They don't see your value, or they choose not to see you for who you are because it empowers you too much. They don't want you to start feeling worthy. Like the whole idea is to strike you down emotionally and psychologically and get you reliant on them to break you, to psychologically break you so that you'll be trauma bonded to them and, you won't feel empowered and whatnot. So why am I going to actually see your value and see you for who you are in a good way? I'm not trying to empower you over me in the relationship. I want to keep you under me. I want to keep you on edge. I want to keep you anxious. Whatever the case, whatever goal they think they need to do manipulatively to keep you where they need to keep you. And along with that, my next thing is they want you to keep trying harder. Now, this part of it will just depend on your personality, So if someone's not seeing your value or seeing you for who you really are, and that triggers in you to give more effort to keep trying to prove yourself, that works on a lot of people who are not in the best position with their, self-esteem or their boundaries, because now they're going to run over your boundaries. They're going to see that they've triggered you, and that by holding that back, not giving you those positive affirmations, not actually truly acknowledging you, is putting you on a chase for love, or it's putting you on a chase for acceptance, or putting you on a chase to be reaffirmed in some type of way. Yeah, psychologically, someone could play with you a lot if you're in that type of space. So I really hope, especially for this one right here, like you'll get drained and ran through the ground, and the person will still never value. Because guess what? If they valued you, they wouldn't even want to do that to you. If they cared about you, you know, your love, your heart, your pure intentions, or whatever that is, they wouldn't even want to play all these games with you, these mind games. So keep you on a hamster wheel, they would love to do that, because all the while they're going to get from you what they need. They'll be the center of your world. You know, that's pretty messed up, but it's a real thing. So the next reason why they're not seeing your value appropriately, or seeing you for who you are, they're really only focused on the part of you that's giving them what they want. It's like, fuck the rest of you. You know, anything else that's attached to you, anything else you got going on, I really don't care about it. I just care about what I need to get from you. Like everything else, who cares? Everything else, who cares about it? And we all wear all kinds of hats. So you can just imagine of how many fucks they don't give in all the other areas of your life and all the other parts of you. Because they're really only centered in or zoomed in on whatever's necessary to get what they want out of you. The rest of you, who cares? All right. And the last thing, you guys, that I have on this list is they're too busy projecting and deflecting onto you, basically. So I can't see your value if I'm projecting my shit on you. I can't see who you are if I'm accusing you of being me. Like, yeah, that's not going to work. That person is just not, they're too busy running from themselves, if you will. You know, I can't see you as good, then I'm going to have to see me as bad. So I have to project, I have to deflect your goodness. So, yeah. Yeah, that's what I got, you guys. And there's some good, really, reasons, and I hope that it helps someone. I'm going to leave a couple minutes on a live chat, as I do on all of my live chats, you guys. If you have any questions about your situations, if you want to add to this conversation, you're welcome to do so. Live chats are a great way to connect with me one-on-one. So I'll give it a couple minutes, and if no one has nothing to say or add to the conversation, then I'll end the live chat, and I hope that it helps you on your journey. For those of you coming in, YouTube will record it. Re-record. You can always go back and listen. And, you know, I'm not making this video because you need to give any fucks about them seeing your value. I'm just trying to help you understand. You know, I'm helping you with closure for those of you who feel like you need closure in this area, and really just increasing your emotional maturity to understand why people are this way. And it's not for you to feel bad for them at all. It's for you to protect yourself. It's for you to identify when you start, you know, seeing these things playing out in your life. Okay. Yeah. My Miracle 79 says, Yes, it's high is very traumatizing. Yeah. When you're actively in that situation, it could definitely be hurtful. But I want you guys to get to a point where it would be more of an energy of they tried that. You know, a few years back, everybody was saying they tried that. Just meaning like someone tried to bring some bullshit, like somebody thought they were about to like tear you down. Someone tried to withhold from you. Oh, you tried that. You know, I'm not going to let you. I'm just going to let you go. But before you understand the cycles of abuse, because this person is going from love bombing you where it appeared as though this person was seeing your value, right? It appeared that they were actually trying to get to know you for who you are. It appeared that way. But you find out that wasn't the case, you know, because they're all about smoke mirrors. They're all about, you know, fake nice. They're all about the facade. And like I said, a very shallow existence is what they're doing. Because they're not trying to get deep with anyone, including themselves. Seriously. But yeah, it could be very traumatizing, especially when you don't understand what's going on. But hopefully that'll be the last time my Miracle 79 that, you know, it will ever be traumatizing to you. Because you know better now. You know what it looks like. You know what it feels like. And not only that, you're the person that's empowered with that. Meaning no one outside of me I don't need anyone outside of me to see my value. You know, I don't have that need. I might have wanted you to as we were getting to know each other, but I don't need you to. There's a difference. You know, when you just had wanted it, you could walk away from it. When you feel like you need something to happen, now you're going to be invested in trying to make that be seen or make that be proven in their eyes. Like, who the hell? Like, for so many years, I haven't said it in a while, but we have to take people off the throne. Like narcissists, they want to be put on a throne, an undeserving, unworthy throne on top of that. A horrible leader, an evil dictator, that's who they'll be, ruthless. So, yeah, my miracle said amen. Yes, child. Amen. Amen. They tried it. You'll get to that point where they tried it. All right, you guys. I don't see any more comments on here. I just wanted to jump in. You know, Spirit gave me this topic this morning. I jotted some stuff down for you guys to help somebody in their healing process or just, you know, in their growth and their emotional maturity. All right, you guys, I love you. Please take care and enjoy your day. See you in the next live chat.